start. It's 2:12. It's 2:12, and we will release you from class at 2:30. So we've got a couple things left to do. I think the first thing I want to say is in terms of that last exercise slide, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. It was just begin the process of stimulating your thinking. And I just thought it was interesting, a few of the snippets I overheard in terms of hearing the planners talk about the engineers. So it'll be interesting to see what happened when the planners and engineers got together, even in that very brief moment. But maybe at this point, we just want to have a quick reporting out of the 4 victims who we, as we walked by, we said, you. And then we just want to then close with a very quick, if you want, Q&A. You ask me any kind of questions like on the guidebook, maybe just one goes. And we'll also foreshadow next time, and we will talk a bit very quickly about the homework assignment, right? The yellow sticky with a red note, right?
Everybody's got mine.
So, group one, who's the reporting up for group 1? Are you not organized yet? You're group 1, aren't you? Group 1, are you the person reporting up?
I don't know. Grant can report. Let's report it out, Grant.
Okay, Grant.
As group 1.
Yeah,
In terms of what our
group 1.
concerns were.
Great, Grant.
No, you're talking building inspector group?
Yeah.
No, just when we broke.
Oh, this group.
Yeah, no, that's a different group.
Oh, okay. Who is group 1? They've all denied it. You're group 2.
The group that was in here at the last time around.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh, with you, Audrey.
Well, probably you're, that, because I kind of walked in and the conversation was
Okay,
already started.
Dave, I guess it's you.
But it was.
Well, we discussed
Shut up.
we discussed that we have the tools probably all the way through the process to deal with this in any number of ways, at subdivision, at if they did a dense development through the DP process. And my concern as it always is that things get identified as early as in the process as possible. You get them to understand and get design or work done in as much detail as possible, as early as possible in the process, so that it's not a big ugly surprise to them. Because as a building inspector, I've certainly had lots and lots of situations where, as I say, you get one line in a 12-page DP or report or something that says, oh yeah, I'm responsible for on-site drainage. The DP that nobody ever reads, they throw in a drawer somewhere. And then you come out on site and say, okay, how's this gonna be handled? And it's like, you're from Mars. They've never heard of this before. So I think, as part of this process, real clear lines of communication, real clear information at the front end, and who's doing the work? Who's got the time and money to do the work? And how are we charging for that, or what's that process? So North College had said that the building inspection department basically ends a meter off the building, and then it's handled by engineering. But as long as it's clear, as long as we have the process in place, as long as we have the tie-ins that make the system work, I think we think it's doable. It's doable for either way.
Oh, Mike, your group 2. How did this today inform your group?
Well, we also talked to the fact that we have a bunch of different
tried to see what could we do that's as close as possible to the original zoning of the site, and just try to look at various building forms that might be able to accomplish that. And we found because of the floodplain, the 200-year flood level is up to here, that probably the lower level would be best served as parking for the cars, whether it's 1 unit, 2 units, 4 units. We couldn't tell exactly how many units would fit on the site because we didn't have the dimensions. But we thought that maybe 2 levels above that, and if you make some kind of a variance of the height, you might be able to accomplish that and still grant some form of density to the site. We heard that there was a 24-meter SPIA on the riparian area, so maybe there's opportunities even to expand that to 30 meters or something like that, providing there's the ability for the developer to accomplish some mutual goals, which is to build some density on the site and take the rainwater and to perhaps create some bioretention out in the 24-meter SPIA. Since it's mostly covered in invasives and grass right now, it wouldn't be much harm to put the rainwater there and have most of it go into the ground and a little bit overflow big events into over the bank in some kind of controlled fashion in the channel into the creek. So that's about as far as we got.
If you had legislation, you could do density bonusing to try to achieve that too, perhaps. Maybe you're talking about greater density or rezoning.
If the policies are in the plan.
Yeah, policies are in the plan, yeah.
Thank you, Peter. Hey, Kate, you guys are a pure coincidence. We just had a building inspector, a planner, and an engineer report out. Totally random, well, interesting. Good. So, so which group 4? I mean, I didn't even know who was picked for group 4. Oh, right, okay, good, so.
Consultant.
Are you representing administrators?
Well, Group 4 made some assumptions. We assumed that the purchaser had done his due diligence and knew what he was getting and paid fair market value for the property. We also assumed that the land is zoned and he has some rights. And we'd also heard a rumor that that land is very wet a lot of the time. So our first choice was to find out whether or not the municipality had the funds to buy the lot as a parkland, because it's the last lot in this subdivision area, and obviously so close to the river would make an ideal place for park, local neighborhood park with maybe some picnic benches, and then if it floods, you just don't picnic. Second choice is to acquire all of the land somehow or covenant it, all of the
Right, below
the creek down near the point here, this part,
Yeah.
and then the fill area, and to have him or her put the development up along here. There's this proposed sewer right away along the property line, it straddles the lot line, and grant a relaxation on the setback from that lot line, and also a height relaxation, so that they were encouraged to go up. If they wanted a duplex, then side by side 0 lot line between them, and again, back as far as they can against the sewer right there. Is there anything else we can?
Where in the process, would all these drainage movement policies have a tax subdivision, you think? Like all the
We
drainage
also
design.
assumed that they were clever enough to come to the planning department right away and say, I've got this lot, and want to know what your concerns are.
Yeah.